everybody. Welcome to my first cooking episode. I'm the Metal Chef. Today we're going to be making some baby back ribs, and I'm going to do a pineapple habanero barbecue sauce. It's going to be good. It's going to be hot. Let's get it going. So first thing you're going to want to do is combine all your dry ingredients for your rub. Get that all incorporated together, mixed up, and you can store that for later. You'll probably have extra, so put it in a good airtight jar and use it again. First things first, you gotta remove this silver skin here. Now a trick I've learned is use a paper towel to grip that silver skin. Definitely helps you get a good grip on it. As you can see, I didn't get the whole piece the first time, so I had to go back in with my knife, loosen up a little corner, then rip that final bit. Once you're done with that, you're ready to rub the ribs down. Alright, to get started, I like to use yellow mustard. Rub that all over the ribs, add your seasoning. Want to make sure to get a pretty good coat, and flip them over. Repeat the process. More yellow mustard. Now you're not going to taste the mustard at the end. It's just there to really help the seasoning stick on. So once you rub that in, again, add the seasoning. I go pretty liberal with it. I don't add a lot of salt to this seasoning, so it's not super salty. It's more flavor. After that, you're good. Alright, ribs are seasoned. Now it's time to light the grill. Let's do this. For charcoal, I'm using a hardwood lump charcoal. I prefer that over briquettes, but briquettes work just fine. Let your coals warm up, get them nice and hot, and then distribute. Of course, I forgot to hit record when I poured the coals. Alright. Going with some indirectional cooking. Now that the coals are ready and the grill is clean, you're going to take your rack of ribs, put it right in the center of the grill, therefore it's not over any of the coal. You're going to leave it unwrapped and cook it for about 90 minutes to 2 hours. Don't forget to put the lid on, keep that heat in. Indirectional cooking only works if it's covered. Alright, now that the ribs are done, let's get working on the barbecue sauce. Remove the stems from the habaneros. We're going to do 3 because I like it spicy. If you're like me, you like garlic. Go ahead and just smash the garlic. You're just going to saute it with the pineapple and habanero. No need for it to be chopped finely because it's going to go in a food processor later. Now we do the pineapple. Easiest way to do pineapple, chop off the top, cut around the edges, just removing the skin. You'll get that all done. Then chop off the bottom. Then cut out the core. Simple as that. I also realized I forgot to show you, but I also cut a shallot to put in this as well, but I forgot to hit record. First video. Oops. Pineapple down. Once again, just a rough chop. No need to get fine dice. It's all going to get thrown in a food processor later and smoothed out. Once done cutting, put your pineapple in a bowl. Alright, now we're going to heat this pan up, saute the pineapple, the veggies, the chilies, the garlic, and just soften it up a little bit, let some of the flavors release. Then we're going to take it, put it in a food processor, get it nice and smooth, and it'll go in the barbecue sauce. Alright, here we go. So I started this off by putting a little grapeseed oil in the pan. First I put in the pineapple, give it a little toss, get it nice and coated. Once that's in there, I add the habaneros, the shallots, and the garlic. Once again, give it a nice little toss, get it all mixed together, then let it chill. Now you just let it sit, see what's staying, give it a flip every now and again, come back in 5 minutes. The goal is to caramelize some of the sugars in the pineapple, get the onions broken down a little bit, the garlic warmed up, and a little toast on those habaneros. In another pan you're going to add some tomato paste, two cans, tomato sauce, ¾ cup of apple cider vinegar, A cup of guava nectar. It's very tropical sauce. Oh yeah, that's good. A little more agave nectar. All right. As you can see, starting to finally get some nice caramelization on that pineapple, the little brown bits. Just let it keep going. I'm gonna add 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of agave nectar, 1/4 cup of honey, put in 1/4 cup of molasses. Also going to add some salt, about a tablespoon for now. You can always add a little more later. Some mustard powder, about a 1/2 teaspoon, a little bit of celery seed, not too much. Good amount of black pepper. I like black pepper. A little bit of crushed red pepper. About a tablespoon. Some onion powder, tablespoon. Garlic powder, tablespoon. Bunch of chili powder, and of course some cumin. At this point, give your pineapple and chilies a nice toss. Want to make sure you get all sides nice and caramelized. You can see it's definitely starting to develop. The sugars are browning. It's going to be delicious. At this point, I deglaze the pan with the remaining guava nectar just to get all those yummy bits off the bottom of the pan before putting it into the food processor. So, whisk this all together. Oh, it's smelling good. Alright, now you're going to take your pan that has all the pineapple and chilies, dump it into your food processor. Don't forget your camera, get that nice up close and personal view. Once everything is inside the food processor, you're going to put the lid on and you're going to blend it until it's nice and smooth. It's going to take some time, a minute or two, but patience is definitely the name of the game when cooking. While that's blending up, I get my sauce onto the burner, start slowly heating it up. Wait for that to puree. Once it's done, I will add it into the sauce, which I'm pretty sure I forgot to record. Good times. Give it the old smell test. It's smelling good. Can't wait. All right, it's been about 30 minutes. Let's give them a check. Oh, those are looking good. Right now I'm spraying it with a combination of apple cider vinegar and water. It's probably about a 3-to-1 ratio. Helps the meat not dry out and adds just another little layer of flavor to it. It's a great trick. Alright. Next up, you don't have to do this, but if you like a smooth sauce, I like to strain it through a wire mesh. I need one of these. Turn that heat off. Use my right hand. Just pour that in. I'm going to get some of the chunk out, make it a smoother sauce. This just helps you go through the sieve faster. Want to really make sure to work that around. The spatula helps move the solid particles out of the way and push the sauce through. But it really is a good step if you want a nice smooth sauce. Definitely helps with the mouthfeel, although not a necessary step. It's going to take a minute and it's going to be messy. Just get it done. Alright, now that you've strained out the sauce, pour it back into the pot. Continue to cook it down to your desired thickness and you're good to go. Alright, once the sauce is done, you have some extra. I just ladle it into here. Always save some of that sweet sauce for later. You can never have too much barbecue sauce. Put this on, don't tighten it. Let some of the steam escape. A lot of this is going to go on to the ribs. So I can just leave it in there. At this point, you're going to want to go back out and check your ribs. Oh, those are looking mighty good. I like to turn them around midway through cooking, just in case one side of the grill is hotter than the other. It gets a nice even cook. Now you got to give them a spray again. Let them chill on the grill for another 30-45 minutes before you pull them and wrap them in foil. At this point, these ribs are looking deadly. Ready to devour them right now, but still not ready. Got to wrap them in foil, cook them for another 45 minutes to an hour. Just because I can't resist. Another beautiful shot of these ribs. At this point, you're going to want to take the ribs off the grill, wrap them in foil, spray them heavily with apple cider vinegar, then put them back on for 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, it's been an hour. You want to unwrap the ribs. It's going to be hot, so watch your hands. Look at that. Oh, doesn't get much better. After removing them from the foil, you're going to put them back in the center of the grill. Then you're going to want to grab that pineapple habanero barbecue sauce and liberally add about half a cup to the top. Then you're going to want to take a brush, just brush that all around. Make sure you get everything coated. You want even coverage on everything. In this case, too much is better than not enough. Once done, cover them back up and let them cook for another 20-30 minutes just to get that sauce to heat back up. After about 30 minutes, pull that top, look at what you've created. Pull the ribs off the grill, put them on a tray, and bring them inside. Now the fun part begins. Woo. Now those are some ribs. Let these rest for a minute. Time. Alright. Those are good. Ooh, some Crispies. That's what hours of patience gets you. The homemade sauce. The ribs. Let's just test the bone here. Oh yeah. All right. Oh, it just falls apart. That was clean. Oh, it's hot. All right. I'm gonna stand it up. Oh, it's just shredding. My God. All right, we need some BBQ sauce. It won't even stay together. Love it. All right, let's try it. Oh my God. Oh, it's so good. You know, they just pulled meat off. Clean bones. Oh, that's how it's done. Oh, I love to burn in. I
favorite part is the burnt end. Damn. Hell yeah. A little bit more of that sauce on them. There's just no joke, that bark. Damn. Oh, that's good. And you can literally pull bones out. That's some good. Hope you guys enjoyed cooking with me. First try. Don't let me get better from here. Rock on.